Good evening, everybody. If you would, please take your seats and we'll get started here. I want to thank you for coming out tonight. My name is David Robison. I'm the Development Services Director for the City of Wetumpka. And what we're going to be doing tonight is going to be a very informal meeting. We're going to talk through the project that is getting ready to kick off here downtown. Go into just a little bit of detail about the schedule of construction. That's the order that the contractor is going to tackle the project. I'm going to introduce you to the contractor, to the site superintendent, and then we'll have a period here at the end for some questions. But first, Mayor, you want to say a few things? Or we're going to get started. Okay. All right. Well, this is a project that we've been working on for a few years. We got started in 2013 with a Cdbg planning grant to do a downtown riverfront revitalization plan. Go ahead and go next, please. That plan was adopted in February of 2014, and we have been steadily implementing it since then. The first major construction project, if y'all will recall, was a $800,000 Cdbg infrastructure grant to improve the water and sewer facilities under the streets downtown. So when you look downtown and you see the cuts down there in the pavement, that's what that was for. We were actually increasing the capacity of the water and sewer to support redevelopment downtown. So this is the kind of the next phase where we're going to fix up everything on top. What I'd like to do is just orient you to the map. It's the north is obviously towards the top, and here in the center is the intersection of Company Bridge and Orline, the heart of downtown Wetumpka. You've got some colors up here that are important. The first one I want to draw your attention to is the dark gray color. That's going to be the extent of the resurfacing. So you're going to have new asphalt all the way from Commerce Street in the south to the intersection of Green and Company there in the northeast. The next thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the improved sidewalks that they're included in this project. And this is actually two projects, federal aid funded projects that are being bid together. So you might hear us sometimes say it's one project or it's two projects. It's really one project in terms of construction with two different federal aid funding sources. But the next color there that's important is the dark red. And that is going to be where we're going to have brick pavers. So they're primarily located at the intersections. And the reason for that is one of the main purposes of these projects is to increase pedestrian safety. So as we were doing our downtown revitalization plan, there was a comment that came up frequently from the attendees for our charrette and other public meetings, and it was basically that people didn't feel safe when they were crossing the roads there, both at Hill Street and Bridge, and just crossing Bridge Street from north to south. So what you'll see here, in addition to the brick pavers, which creates a visual, basically an obstacle, so it causes you to look at it, and that tends to encourage drivers to slow down. But you also have what are called curb extensions. So right now, where the sidewalk is more or less a square, this will actually extend out. Some people will call them, or have called them pedestrian bulbs. And what that does is it shortens the distance that pedestrians have to cross. And that also encourages folks to slow down because it narrows the traveled way. So cars and drivers just sort of instinctually will slow down. So we've got, again, the brick pavers there primarily at the intersections. And the light tan color is going to be new sidewalks. The primary purpose for redoing the sidewalks is not only to fix cracks and so forth, but it will make all of the sidewalks compatible and compliant with the Americans with Disabilities Act. So the goal for downtown, one of the goals for downtown that came out of our revitalization plan was to make it a resource for everybody in the community, and that includes folks with mobility handicaps. Finally, you'll see green downtown, and that's landscaping. So we've got grass. We've also got projected or programmed, 3 crepe myrtles there in front of the chamber building, 3 Princeton elms in front of the chamber buildings, and then about 10 other street trees that are going to be Chinese pistache, right? Yeah. So that's primarily the nature of the work. What I want to do is just put this in context. This has been something that we have continually been working ever since 2014 when this plan was adopted, and it's something that we're going to continue to be working. Our downtown revitalization plan is on the city's website, and if you take a look at it, you'll see that there's actually, so this treatment is, those improvements are recommended for the rest of downtown as well. So we've cracked the code on federal funding, and we're going to be continuing to pursue that as we go forward. And with that being said, if there are no questions, actually let's save our questions to the end. I will introduce you now.
What happened to the roundabout at Orline and Compton Street?
That was removed from this project, and it will be pursued in a future grant project. So with that being said, I'd like to introduce you to our contractor, Clint Mitchell of Mitchell Contracting Services. He's the guy that's going to be downtown running the construction, and he's going to walk us through the schedule of construction.
Hello, like I said, I'm Clint Mitchell, Mitchell's Contracting. Just a little bit about ourselves. We've been in business about 25 years, primarily do earthwork, asphalt paving, concrete. Another man you'll see out here is Brent. You want to just come up here, Brent? Everybody, get used to this face. Get used to Brent. Brent's going to be handling the sidewalks, the curb, landscaping. One of us two will be out there the whole time. So there'll be a couple familiar faces for you. Any concerns or questions while we're out there, just approach one of us, and we'll see if we can get it taken care of. I guess there's 2 ways we can do this. I can tell you what you want to hear, or we can just get the nuts and bolts of it. There's going to be some discomfort. This is construction. There will be some demolition. There will be asphalt pavement. There's going to be some different traffic flows, different parking schemes we're going to have to do, but it's nothing that we can't work through together. It's like Brent was telling me earlier, it's all about teamwork. Communication is key. You cannot over-communicate on this job, so don't be afraid to approach one of us, to approach the town, and let's resolve things on the front end. With that being said, let's see. Yes, the key things we're going to talk about: access to buildings. Obviously, there's a lot of businesses we're going to be impacting. Maintaining access is key for pedestrian traffic. We're going to go through some phases of construction. I've already introduced superintendents. The biggest thing will be parking. If you go to the next slide. So we're going to try to do this in 4 phases. Here's phase 1, shaded in red. We picked this area. We felt like that was the least amount of traffic. Could be a good place to start. So obviously, we're working in this area. Most of your parking, we've got a laser here. Okay, so this parking during phase 1 won't be accessible. Neither will this. And kind of my thought process is, we have some parking here, and none of this, these are just lines on paper. Just remember that. Some of this is going to change as construction goes. Construction is very fluid. We may hit some unknowns where we got to jump around a little bit, but this is just a general scheme of where we're going to be working. And let's go to the next phase. So here's phase 2. And so once we complete phase 1, we'll have parking opened up here and here, and that'll alleviate a lot. I don't feel like we're going to impact a lot of parking here, maybe 3 or 4 cars. so it shouldn't be very detrimental. On page 3 here, this is main parking we're going to eliminate is right here during construction. A few spaces right here. So surely, between, let's say, Company Street and North Hill Street, sure we can be accommodating, make that work. And then the final phase, save the best for last. When we were there a couple of weeks ago, it looks like there's quite a bit of parking on East Bridge Street right here. So hopefully by the time we get to that point, we can free up parking on the south side of Bridge Street, parking down here and up Hill Street. Hopefully, maintain access and disturb, as little disturbance as possible. And then here's our 4 phases. When we complete a phase, is not necessarily mean it's going to be wow, landscaped, pavers in, we don't have to touch it again. When I say complete a phase, that means we're going to have sidewalk down, curb down. You will have concrete access to your building, and there will be parking. Now, there's certain things we got to work together towards the end of the project, as far as landscaping goes. We don't want to come landscape one item right here. We want to landscape everything at the same time and be done with it. Same way with brick pavers. But you will have access and parking in each phase. This is very open. I think next we just got questions. Any concerns right on that?
What's your calendar for the phases? How long on phase 1?
That's a great question. That's a dangerous question. We have 70 days for the whole project, and that's, we've been trying to hammer some days for each one. But once again, we'll try to keep it as open-ended as I can, because every time I give someone a time frame, something pops up.
But that's 70 working days.
So, we have 70 working
It
days.
does include weekends, weather days.
That'll just be working. So that excludes holidays and weather. Just business days. Business days.
City functions, I think they're going to come into play.
Yeah, there may be some city functions that we may need to work around construction on. And so I believe that puts us, mid-November, probably.
Yeah, we kind of figured that somewhere in the 4-month calendar time period for the entire project. So, that puts us right around the end of the year. I think the plan is to be completely done before Christmas. So that everything's finished before the, Christmas parades and whatever that may be going on. So, plus I'm sure these guys are going to want to be done before Christmas too.
That's right. And we'll work normal working hours, I'd say 7:30 to 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Unless we really have a mind.
Yeah, if we really get behind on something, we may work some Saturdays or later in the evenings. If you have a business that, let's say you're real busy in the mornings, and we need to kind of work around that and get to you a little later in the day, just talk to us about that. We can work that out.
Now, I will say that time frame is to be completely finished with everything. That's
Right.
paved, stripes, landscape, the whole thing. So, if you're talking 4 months, but that's everything, just looking at the 4 phases, you're probably looking at somewhere around 3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 to 4 weeks per.
Yeah, ballpark, pretty
Per
perfect.
phase.
Yeah.
Because once they're done with the 4 phases, the paving that they're going to do will be one of the last
Yeah,
items.
the pavement will be one of the last things we do. And that'll just be, just throughout the whole downtown area, like you saw earlier. Was there a question right there?
Yeah, if I could say something, I know most of y'all know, the gal was fortunate enough to get the first phase, so we really were the first phase. I know you're a new guy, but it has been wonderful. But I just wanted to say that Brent will become your very best friend. He is, we talk at least probably every other week just on the phone. They will do anything and everything to keep y'all
before today, I met with this guy, and I knew this was gonna happen. I knew she was gonna get up and testify tonight. But, they do a fabulous job. Paula's correct. They're gonna work with you. What we would like for you to do as merchants is find off-street parking for your vehicles. Don't park your vehicles over in front of somebody else's place of business because they're working in front of yours today. So find off-street parking. We're going to have some police officers down there that's going to make it as easy as possible. If someone's trying to get to your place of business, we want them to help get that person to your business. You're just going to have to keep the parking spaces open in front of your business where they can stop and spend money with you. We have ordinances on the book that pertain to parking. Now, it's been years since we have enforced those, but we have those, and we do not want to write parking tickets downtown. We don't want to have to do that. So if you will cooperate with the construction people and where this doesn't have to happen, it would be very much appreciated. So think about where you are parking. If you can't working in front of your place of business today, don't move over in front of somebody else's business on another street and park your vehicle. Go find off-street parking somewhere, and it is available. We'll help you find that. We'll help you locate it. But thank you so much, and we're tickled to death to have this guy coming back doing this project because he did a fantastic job when he was here before. And thank you, Paul.
Any more questions?
Are you going to put in under like culverts and things that help with the drainage of heavy rain?
Yes, and Jeff can speak more to that, but yeah, that's at the end of the design, is help some drainage and areas of water standing. There'll be trench drains.
Yeah, and one of the main things we're doing is making sure we clean out a lot of the drains that's already there, but we are, pretty much everything that we're touching, if there's some sort of storm drain that's there now, we're replacing it with something new, with new grades, and then anything that's under the ground, we're gonna clean every bit of it out to make sure it's all functioning the way it's supposed to.
And this is Jeff Fennell, by the way, with Gooder Mills Capewood. He's the engineer of record for the design, so he and I have spent a lot of time going over this thing back and forth, and I think we're all ready to glad to see it going.
Yes, been a long haul to get to this point, so we're excited to finally see this actually start to happen. So, and I'm sure y'all are too. So we mostly just want to make sure that y'all have a chance to, see these two gentlemen who are going to be the ones that are going to be out there every day. They're here to try to work with y'all, and we're just asking that y'all work with us and just do what we can to try to make this as seamless and painless as possible to all of us. So if anybody has any questions after this, or if you have any specific needs, or if you have any customers that have any specific needs, or just anything you need, just either contact the city, or just walk up and talk to one of these guys when you see them out there, and just tell them what your concerns are, and they'll do everything they can to try to accommodate you the best that they can.
And actually on that, if you can't find one of these guys on site and you need somebody to call, Jenny Stubbs, our Main Street Director, has volunteered to kind of be a gathering point for questions and comments. I don't know, would you stand up for us, Jenny? Just kind of, if you don't know her, Jenny runs Main Street Wetumpka. We're actually also doing a grant for this project. You want to take a minute and kind of, tell people how the best way to reach you, and then tell them a little bit about the marketing grant?
Of course, I don't have enough business cards for everybody, sorry. If you're on Facebook, just go to Main Street Wetumpka's page, and all of our contact information is on there. If you don't have Facebook, just see me after. I'll be happy to give you my contact information. But as David alluded to, he and I wrote a Streetscape marketing grant that specifically lets us target retail and dining throughout the construction process.
we're delighted. I was waiting on some confirmation emails, but we will be working with ComproWing Design Marketing Agency throughout this process to promote businesses despite the parking issues or accessibility issues. And they'll help us in a myriad of ways. So if you are a retail or dining establishment, expect to hear from me. We're going to, like I said, it'll just be a lot of different directions that will help us continue to bring customers in so they aren't intimidated by all the construction and cones that are everywhere. So it won't be quite as uncomfortable as it could be.
And I got a question a second ago. I just wanted to put this back up. Can everybody see the dark gray there, or is the lighting kind of throwing it off? Because basically all of the downtown project area is going to be resurfaced. So that includes Hill Street, Orline Street, and Company Street. Just want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see that. And then, oh, yeah, we do have a couple of printouts. If after we get done with the question and answer, you want to come up and take a closer look, we've got those here. Lastly, I guess that's it. So let's open it up to questions, if you have it.
What's the start date? When's the first ground broken?
That'll be Monday, is the official start date.
Is there a net increase or a decrease or stay the same in parking spots?
On Monday?
No,
Or just overall?
Start date, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an exact answer for that.
It's roughly the same.
Roughly the same, but I don't have a figure on it.
The off-street parking, where would those areas be, in theory?
So while during construction, and this is kind of one thing to stress, like we've been saying, if you have questions, if you have concerns, if you have special needs, like for the businesses downtown, if you have a delivery that needs to be accommodated, the sooner we can know about it, the sooner we can handle it. But what we'd really like to do is encourage owners, employees, anybody that's going to be downtown for more than 30 minutes to an hour, to look at this parking lot here. That's the city public parking lot. There's also some space behind the museum to the south. And then after hours, of course, the county parking lot by the annex is open, which is just off map down here. And that's kind of your three main off-street parking areas to kind of look at. But there's also a lot of space on street. So Spring Street, you can park along the street there. And then, of course, the streets, Commerce Streets and Wharf Street down by the park, which is just off map. So, and just to talk a little bit about that, I know, when we first started talking about doing a streetscape project, not that long ago, 3 years ago, when we were admitted into the Main Street program, Mary Helmer, the director of the Alabama Main Street organization, said and pointed out to us that she had been through this. It's going to be tough for everybody, just because of the amount of work, the amount of coordination that's going to have to go on during the week, during the day ahead of time. So the earlier, or the more communication we can do between the chamber, Main Street, the city, and the contractors, the better off we can be. But just for some perspective, as we're struggling through this, does anybody know what this is? Anybody see that? Yeah. So that building right there is Walmart, and the outside line is the parcel that Walmart's on. So that space right there is the entire parking lot of Walmart. That's where the gas station is. So if you're having to park a little bit away, just and for those of you who have businesses or restaurants downtown, help communicate that to your customers that just being at the end of the street or the next street over is not that much different than what they do when they run down to Walmart to go to get some
One
milk.
point is, each day while we're working, we'll pull barrels and cones out, push the traffic out a little bit away from it. But in the evening time, we'll put it back in if there's park and evening. And we'll have flag tape and barrels and stuff up. And if it's flagging around, that means it's dangerous. Don't go inside of that. You wouldn't put it up if it wasn't dangerous. Would be mindful of that.
yes, watch out for the construction guys out there. Be careful. Any other questions? Okay, well, you know where we are. We're right downtown. 567-5147 is the city phone number. Jenny's downtown, so we look forward to a great project. If you look at what's already been done in front of the Gap, it really is going to be a tremendous improvement once this is done, and I think everybody's going to love it. So thank you so much for your attention and your time. We'll be here if you have any other questions.
See you Friday. See you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, so you can report.
I thought we missed.
We'll see what we can
We just don't want to take working over there.
How are you? That was what I should have asked. I kind of felt a little schizophrenic today, jumping around.
Grassy area.
you know, I said no to you, I wouldn't say no. The building
Get out of the
but it's the big ass, give them
And if they get it, it doesn't mean they can't rent from them.
That's exactly
So I mean,
right.
I don't think it's a win-lose proposition.
But anyway, about like this, some of these things we've been talking about, maybe we'll find
We're starting to meet the road, I think.
That's David. He can do it.
Thank you for letting me She was in the hospital last week, like to miss the meeting. And I think her physical therapy is going to keep her out of the next meeting. Right. Her knee or something. I said, would you keep us posted so we can be present for you? But she said, I'm trying to do my best to keep information going out so we can't be there.
That's all you need. My pleasure.
We're getting there.
to finally start getting some of this stuff together. It went fast, and I think the timing really is right. Some of the things that are going on
You're good now, but wait till we come around that you're in.
I got to reach out to Senator Chambliss and Representative Ingram. And I'm gonna. My hope is that I can get them to request a grant for the Wetumpka Creative Commission from Tourism. Because I feel weird requesting it for myself, and so I'm trying to be circuitous, but above board at the same time. So I reached out to both of them today via email saying, you know, y'all are my personal representatives, and I'd like to meet with you about putting together this grant package. And then my goal is the city's already given us money, and I want to try to use it to shame the county since they're trying not to give us money. And try to basically say the city would be willing to match whatever the city and the county give times five or something. So, hey Barbara.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Anyway, don't mean to talk shop, but I just want to give you a heads up. All right, I'll head home. Good seeing you. Thank you.
They got 6 years. You really care.
office birds. So I just got to do something. Pretty significant or something.
Sure. Anytime.
I have.
Yeah. What, and anything else? Any or something? Are you full time?
We were talking about
In fact, that's what we're doing.
A couple days out.
Okay, your last name? There's the shoulders contracts. I forgot to ask.
So do you like that back
Well, that was when
You got your Cdbg.
yeah, that was a planning grant, so that was just to do the planning portion. And then really started.
It was, I mean, they understand. That's an animal in and of itself. Needs to be dealt with this stage.
For the actual, yeah. Yeah, well, I'd say 2015 because we closed out the water and sewer in 2015.
The first $800,000, is that a Cdbg? So it increased the capacity of water. I wonder why the streets are so rough around.
Well, we got delayed by a couple of months, so we decided to put the roundabout in.
We gotta get a sign.
We had to purchase the library.
That's something else we got. I got
There's not going to be around.
that would be nice to have that.
Not in this project, but we've still got the plans for it. We're postponing it all the time. Actually, down by where y'all's office is or was. Did y'all sell it? Where a company kind of splits in the guild, the Oral Line, that weird intersection. Awesome, thank you. Hey, how did I sound? Sure. Just not doing it as part of this project. I haven't been there. Top? Well, and what makes it kind of a good fit here is that because we do the one-way split, we surprise.
Yeah, where you're talking about,
Yeah.
I can see how that might feel.
Well, the engineers love them now. They're saying they're safer and it increases.
So where's this area? The lady, the business lady on the side? Where she Paula?
Oh, with the gap?
Yeah, was that? So this is like a completed part?
Yeah. So
Where is that?
if you go down towards the bridge, where the gap is, if you look at the left, you'll see brand new sidewalks and light poles and trees, and that's we completed that in December last
At the
the GAB.
that's on.
If you go straight down South Lane towards the bridge, you'll see it all. It's like the last buildings on the bridge. Go over the bridge. And it's, brand new sidewalks.
All right, sure, I appreciate
My
that.
pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Sure, nice to meet you. Appreciate the contact information.
Yep.
I'm sure there'll be things that come up.
I got you. Yeah. Hopefully not too much. Have a good
Appreciate it, thank you.
I'm gonna try to see if I can get a I'm sure.
You were talking about, so the area that you're talking about actually is in this.
It's right in front of the gas. The gas
GAB.
station.
Yeah, that's right there where you get just new sidewalks, it's like new sidewalks, it's like, yeah. Already? No, that's not, I do, I know.
That's my area.
Yeah, we,
That's my.
we'll skip.
Yeah. I'll get out
I love it. But I want to keep it listed now. City clerk. Little, not like yours.
Yeah, just a little bit different. Feel like we've got something special. You
She's got all that. There's a lot of old buildings. That's why I'm not getting the 100. But when we're out there, she'll see just wave and yell.
All right.
Yeah, you staying here? Like, say my wife, I might get you drunk.
I can get you there. We'll holler at the mayor.
So until the paving starts, we should be in good shape. Well,
Yeah, and it's already, I mean,
well,
I mean, I
this
haven't,
is
you know, I'm not gonna argue with anybody, I mean, I have a lot of the park from my business. And I know that's downtown, and I expect that, but at the same time, you know, when my members are dumping them into the gym, they start.
but there'll still be traffic.
I know.
Yeah, we're not gonna have much disruption at all.
Most everything else have a parking space in between where they're gonna be working.
Right. Okay.
But nobody.
I'm sorry, but the cost of this new, this phase of cost, this full phase of cost.
I think what
Tomorrow, this will be 1.2 million. I don't want to give it all.
Is that strictly grant money?
I know it's 80/20. It's all federal aid.
Yeah, if you could email me that.
And it is.
Which is fine. It's the,
You know, and I mean, I'll do my best, and when he gets back to work, he'll try to run it, it's about 5-ish, he's got to run it, run too fast, get that door clock going, and there's a lot of fight.
Appreciate you.
and then maybe somebody put in the bill. And I wasn't sure if that last section. So they
The business that is in the entire stairs. Probably, they don't have this business, they operate out of it. Just, they get lots of, they nail, get a lot of, if you'll work with them, I think, don't you? I think that, yeah, well, I really don't think that, he does really get to the business, but he doesn't worry about kosher's and all. And things he explained to him, he does. I think he should, yeah. There's a lot of points. That's the only access to that. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm, that's what they think. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I just, I know, you know, I'm gonna get a few more things.
It's not something that we know ahead of time what we're doing.
I'm sure that we're really, that's fine. You know, I understand that.
Yeah.
So, and that's totally, everybody's safe spaces. You know, and I'm sure Tab, she, you know what I mean? It goes on every year. Yeah. And then I have some guys that are over right now.
Christmas time.
Inspired and hearing the business people, they did a really good job.
Yeah, they did a really good job. Yeah. Sidewalks. That's exciting. Very exciting.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, let us know if we do
We
anything.
survived worse than this.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna leave town when they get started.